Hello everyone and welcome back to How I Would Fix the Super Mario Galaxy movie by me. I love Super Mario Galaxy. I played it with my siblings growing up, near and dear to my heart, and I liked the first Super Mario movie, and I just thought about how much better it would be if I wrote it. So this is things I would change. Number one is voice actors. We need to get rid of Chris Pratt. I hate that he was ever actually considered. I don't know why he's still here. Get someone that actually voice acts and acts with their voice instead of just putting in the most minimal effort and just being themselves. Okay, like we used to dog on people for this type of acting. Let's let's bring that back. Let's bring that back. And then for Rosalina, I feel like her voice should be just much more elegant than it was. I felt like she sounded very similar to Princess Peach, and maybe that's I get it's like a kids movie, so it kind of does, it's not that big of a deal, obviously, because we have Chris Pratt here. But I just think that Susan Egan, I didn't spell it right, but Susan Egan would have been perfect for, I think, her voice. A more elegant tone would have been perfect, I think. And then the Lumas don't get to speak. Them opening their mouths and yapping and then talking in little kid voices really threw off the whole thing that I think made them cute, which is that they're stars and they speak in stars. So I think they should speak their sparkle sounds from the game, and Rosalina repeats back what they say, and that's how we know what they say. So let's say that they go and she's like, "What? You heard something coming from outside?" And that's it. And because they really don't say anything of crazy value. And even in the beginning when she's going over the stories, it could if they go she's like, "You guys want the Plumber Brothers again?" And then yeah. Number two, Bowser and Bowser Jr. This, I think, was my biggest gripe with the movie, and the whole time I was thinking about how, just if it was up to me, it would be amazing. So number one, after Bowser is rescued by his son from the bees, instead of whenever Bowser Jr. wants to cause evil or kill people, and Bowser's always like, "Well, what if we do something else? What if we don't?" They're kind of chill, and instead of Bowser just calling him lame, I mean, he kind of goes "Oh, okay, weird." Takes it very seriously, in an offended way or in a conflicted way. He's not happy with hearing it, and he doesn't just brush it off. Hearing this guy that all of he knows is that he's evil, turn around and be "No," I think would be very off-putting for him. After Bowser Jr. shoots down Super Mario and Luigi and Princess Peach and the fox guy, I don't know if he's a fox, Big Dad Son fight. Them's as Bowser's friends, and he's become a better man now. He's been rehabilitated, AA meetings, and he wants to be a good and present dad. And it's very clear that him in his old ways was not able to accomplish that. So Bowser has to deal with the fact that he is the reason Bowser Jr. is the way that he is, and stepping up as a father means he has to show that those things aren't okay for him to do anymore. He isn't just a failure because he wasn't there as a father. He's a failure because he was a bad person, and that's something that can't be changed with one or two volunteers for manual B labor. He made that sacrifice for his friends. I think that's great. Didn't last very long, but he was willing. He didn't know he was going to be rescued, and I think that was big. And I think that showed it was meant to show a really big change in person. You even got Mario trusting him now. So I just think that his failure stemmed more from being absent, and it would also make his son's relationship with him more complicated, that he has changed as a person, because Bowser now has to deal with having to parent his son, who doesn't even view him as a parent anymore. I feel by this point, as Bowser starts being "This isn't okay," Bowser Jr. would be "You didn't want to be here when I was 4 years old, but now you want to sit here and suddenly tell me I can't behave the way that you behave?" That's hypocritical. That is going to be a genuine fight, especially because we can see that Bowser Jr. does not have good emotional stability or understanding of anything that he's feeling because of the absence of parents that he's had in his life. This continued, Bowser Jr. hates that the dream life he wanted with his dad is impossible. He has watched his dad be one way his whole life, and now is being told it isn't okay for him to be like that. It's conflicting for him. It makes him feel even more abandoned, because not only was his dad gone, but now it's he's a different person. They both want their dad's and son, but know that for that to happen, they can't remain in their old ways, and it's difficult when during these old ways they only really had each other. Oh, and I use that really loosey-goosey just because, like, they didn't even really have each other during that time, but it's clear there weren't, like, any other kids in the picture. The mom is somewhere else, and when that's, like, the only person I think that they really, like, kept close, because Bowser clearly is just, like, pissed off by everybody else around him, even if they're super loyal. So it's like, they were the only two people that were, like, really had a close relationship, and for that to continue, they have to change. And also, I think that Bowser Jr. feeling like his dad is abandoning him again because he is choosing this other life that Bowser Jr. is not a part of over engaging in evil deeds with him. Like, I feel like he would just, like, jump to, like, I'm being abandoned again, stuff like that, because that's all that his dad has historically done. He doesn't view a good life and being good as something that he gets to be a part of, and that is a viewpoint that is Bowser's responsibility to change, because he's the one that instilled it in him to begin with. Now, moving on to the ending, they get family therapy and Bowser and Luigi kiss. Thank you.